Welcome to HCS Connects. I'm Kelly Gorel with Hampton City Schools. We have a great show ahead of us today as I have Arial Jones, our Executive Director of the Hampton Education Foundation, with us. So welcome to HCS Connects.
Thank you.
And we're so excited to hear what's going on with the Hampton Education Foundation. But before we get into some exciting things that are going to happen just next week, tell us a little bit about the Hampton Education Foundation. What exactly is the foundation?
So we exist to help support Hampton City Schools and to help provide innovative learning initiatives in classrooms. And we do that through our teacher grant program and also through student scholarships.
Well, the foundation, it's not new. It's been around for a while now. So when did the foundation begin?
We started in 2001, so about 18 years now.
So you're working on 18 years, and you said grants and scholarships, grants for the teachers, scholarships for students.
Yes.
About how much money since 2001 do you think the Education Foundation has supported in those grants?
We've supported funding for over $100,000 worth of grants.
Wow. I mean, as a past teacher, that's fantastic.
Awesome, and that's right here in Hampton, so we only support Hampton City Schools.
Hampton City Schools, and there are a difference with the grants. There's a mini grant and there's an innovative grant.
Yes, and so the main difference between the two is the funding level. So teachers can apply for either or both. The mini grant funds up to $500, and then the innovative funds up to $1,000.
And there have been some great projects, some great things that the grants have funded for our teachers. I know I've had the opportunity to go out into the buildings and see a few of them. Last year there was the Murals, correct?
Yes.
And where were the Murals were at
Barron.
At Barron. And the students had the opportunity to work with an artist and bring to life our very historic figures. And besides the murals, I also had the opportunity to go out to a school and see a sensory walk, and I believe that was at Barron as well.
So too.
But I know you have a few more that you've had the opportunity to go out and actually see come to fruition.
We do. So we've had, our teachers have gotten very creative over the years.
They really have.
The types of things that they ask for. So we get things from paint for the mural project, which still is creative in how they're going to use that. And then we funded projects with Spratly. They needed cameras for their Seahawk squad, and they go around and film different things that are happening at school. And so we funded them purchasing some Canon cameras for that. And then we've also done a project at Phoenix where they have a Zen Den. And so it really is an opportunity for students who maybe need some sensory opportunity to kind of just get away for a little bit and maybe calm down in a peaceful environment. That's working with their counseling office. And so they have a space where they can go use different manipulatives, have pillows, and just a calm environment for them to be able to hang out for a little while to get peace.
Well, and it's not just our elementary and our middle school teachers. We have a lot of our high school teachers that apply for the grants as well. I know over at Bethel High School, their media center, they had basically a mural type of piece there as well, correct?
So we've done murals there. We've also done, there was another mural project at one of our other high schools. It was a previous year, not this past year's of funding, but really just helping the children to take what they're learning and then be able to use it in real life. And so for that one, they had to do draw out the murals, but then learn how to scale the murals and then how to get them onto the windows and different things. So it really just helps bring it to life for them.
And they've also, we're talking murals at the high school level. I remember seeing a project, I think it was last year or maybe the year before, where it was almost like an escape room kind of piece. And they had to really work through those higher level thinking skills to escape from their box. It was a box.
And since that teacher funded that project, we've also had other teachers who've heard about it who want to do the same thing for their classrooms as well. That original project was at Phoebus High School.
See, that's exciting. You've got teachers that are seeing what other teachers are doing then and applying for grants so that they can also do those projects within their classrooms. So about how many grants a year for the last couple of years has the foundation been able to
Around 30 to 40. It kind of just depends on how many innovative we're funding, how many of the mini ones we're funding, and then what our support looks like and what our donations.
So who makes up the foundation?
So our foundation really consists of board members who represent different walks of life in our community. We have some representatives from the school system, some past teachers, some who are currently administrators with the school system, but then also business owners, some parents who used to be part with the PTA. So we really have a diverse board that knows different walks of life within Hampton and how we can gather the most funding for the projects that we're getting requests from.
So they're assisting with that fundraising
They are.
piece.
Yes.
So there's a big fundraiser that's coming up just next week.
There is.
So tell us about that fundraiser.
Yeah, so we're doing a fundraiser, and it's going to be held at the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute, which is a very big name. And we're doing that on October 1st. And it really is just going to be an awesome opportunity for those who support our foundation to be able to meet some of the teachers and grants that we funded, hear more about the vision and the things that we're supporting, meet some of the students who have been impacted by our funding, and then also be able to tour the facilities there at the Proton Therapy Institute.
That's excellent. So we're going to have teachers there with items on display.
Yes.
We're going to have students there for individuals to speak with and talk about really how that's affecting their learning. And then also they get to tour the Proton Institute afterwards.
Yes.
So if we have anyone that's interested in attending, how would they go about that?
Yes, so you can purchase tickets on our website. The tickets are $100 per person. All the funding goes directly to supporting our grants and our student scholarships. And you can purchase that on our website, which is hamptoneducationfoundation.org.
And there's also right on the homepage of the HCS website,
yes,
there's a button that's the Hampton Education Foundation. So if anyone's having a hard time finding that, they can click right on that button to get to the Hampton Education Foundation page to get there. So before the event on Tuesday of next week, it's Tuesday,
yes,
correct, October 1st, they would need to purchase a ticket online.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, you also mentioned a piece about student scholarships. So what does that entail?
So we provide scholarships each year. That opens up around January, and the deadline kind of varies, but usually it's around the May time frame. And you can reach out to your guidance counselor. They'll have all the information about that. But we do $1,000 scholarships. This past year, we funded three for three different students. And they're not based off of grades. You don't have to have the highest GPA. Our questions really just want to know, has there been a challenge that you've had to overcome, and how have you overcome that to be successful and to persevere through that? So it's not necessarily based off of just solely your GPA, but we want to know the students who maybe are dealing with some things and how they're overcoming
how you
those
can help them.
Yes, and how.
Very nice. So you've got the student scholarships, you have the teacher grants, but our teachers have to apply for those grants. So I want to kind of go back to that for a quick moment, because that deadline's coming up as well, as far as when to apply for a grant and how do I apply for a grant.
Yes, so that deadline's October 3rd, and they can apply online. So they've already should have received some information through their email, but sometimes that can get lost. So you can always go back to our website, which is on the homepage for Hampton City Schools. There's a link there on how to apply for that. And I encourage all teachers to apply, because a lot of times you're coming out of pocket for some things, or there may be some projects that you want to do that maybe you just can't figure out how you're going to make it work. And those are the things that we really want to help them with. And so I encourage you, there's no project too small, there's no vision too big. You know, we can help how we can to help bring those things to life.
And like you said, there's no project too small. So we've brought up some big projects as far as, you know, the Zen room, a sensory walk. We talked about the escape room and the murals. Those are larger projects, but you did say there's no projects too small. So those mini grants, they really just help also fundraise for potential materials to do something within the classroom.
We've purchased textbooks or books for maybe some of the younger classrooms for them to be able to use. But then also with our murals, the only funding that we provided was for paint brushes, things like that. So the vision was large, but the ask was really small to be able to do that. And so sometimes you might have a really big idea, but it really takes something small to help catalyst it, and we're happy to help with those things.
Now, and we've also said we've seen elementary, middle, high school, pre-K through 8 teachers apply for these grants.
Yes.
But it's not just your core teacher. We've had special education teachers apply. We've had media specialists apply. Counseling have applied. So it's not, when we keep saying teachers, it's really any staff member within that building that has a project that they're working on with our young people.
Yes, and we've seen teachers collaborate and staff collaborate. So you might have a vision for a piece of it, but maybe our grants don't fund the whole thing. But if you can work together with other teachers to get certain pieces together and make it great, or even scaling it over a couple of years. We've had teachers who want to supply cameras for their classroom for different things. Well, they can't write a grant for all of those things at one time, but if we get this camera this year and then reapply next year, you can have a vision that we can help you over a couple of years.
Or like you said, if they collaborate and you've got, you know, a teacher that applies for maybe the innovative grant and then another teacher at that same school that applies for a separate innovative grant, there's the opportunity that if they both get it, that would be $2,000 instead of $1,000.
Yes.
So
And that just impacts even more students. So it's a win for everyone.
it is a win for everyone, and what a wonderful opportunity. So just getting back to that elementary, middle, high, and I'm kind of probably throwing you a curveball, is there a certain level that it tends to apply a little bit more?
I don't know if there's a certain level that applies more, but I do know that the teachers who receive the funding reapply.
They reapply?
So once
they know how good it is,
they know
keep
that they
coming
can
back.
get this from this pot, they're like, I want more, and they're telling more teachers. So if we have some schools that maybe have some teachers who are really interested, it kind of catches on like fire, because someone's like, well, how did you get those cameras? And it's like, well, I've applied for this and you can too. So we do see a fireball with that. But we have, over the past probably 2 funding cycles, seen an increase with our counselors. We weren't seeing requests from teachers who weren't the teacher, main homeroom teacher. And so now we're starting to see that. And again, once one counselor finds out that this is an opportunity, they're sharing that with other counselors in other schools. And so
That's
it's
great.
catching on.
That's
Yes.
absolutely fantastic.
It's exactly what we want.
That is exactly what you want, and to see how much you've grown in just the 18 years. So again, back to those important dates. Next week you have the grant deadline, so that's
Yes.
October 3rd.
October 3rd.
And that's for staff pre-K through pre-K, correct?
Yes.
Pre-K through 12 that can apply, and it's right on your website for the
Yes.
mini grant, which is the 500, or the innovative grant, which is the 1,000.
Yes.
And prior to that October 3rd is the big fundraiser
Yes.
that the board is putting on to
Yes.
raise those funds for those grants.
Exactly.
So we really want our community to come out and really help with funding those mini and those innovative grants, and that's October 1st.
October 1st.
And they can go to the website to purchase a ticket prior to the event.
Yes.
Now, let's say I can't make it to the event, but I still want to donate because it's obviously a wonderful cause. How do I go about that?
You still can do that online, and you can purchase tickets for the fundraiser online, or you can send in a check. So we'll take check, we'll take money order.
You'll take their money,
we'll
right?
take your
You'll-
stocks and bonds, whatever you want to give us, we'll take it. And so you can send that into the Hampton Education Foundation. That website, the information's on our website of where our address is and all of that.
So even if I don't make it to the October 1st and I remember October 4th, oh gosh, I wanted to donate, they can donate even after
Anytime.
October 1st. We'll definitely take your money,
We
right?
definitely will, yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Ariel, so much for being here. Lots of great things going on in our classrooms, and in a large part due to that partnership with the Hampton Education Foundation.
Yes, thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us on HCS Connects. In the meantime, stay connected with us. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Jump over to our website or PEG TV station. Thanks, and have a great day.